on that later.
4 to shoot here for Williams, who can facilitate over the 7-footer, and Williams banks it in over Mustafa Cham.
This is their first true road test. Coach Johnny Dawkins is a little concerned of how his team might handle the pressure being on the road.
Toppin in transition, he puts it in against Cham.
How about that fast break? Get it off the glass.
Federico in for the first time. He missed Texas Tech's last game with a shoulder injury. Still playing with that wrap. Williams works against Cham, and Cham effected the shot. Here's Hall, the transfer from George Mason, a mismatch player at 6'7", and Hall banks it home against Williams.
Oh, beautiful drive. Well, Hall was shut down the first time he went down that left side of the floor. He said, I will not be denied. Twice goes right back to that nice little lefty hook off glass.
Texas Tech 2 losses this year by a combined 6 points against St. Joe's, against Brooklyn, and then against Texas A&M in Fort Worth. That banker goes in for Christian Anderson, the freshman from Atlanta. Man, has he made an impact immediately.
Well, you don't really see a lot of freshmen get a lot of time, but this kid is trusted by Coach McCaslin, and he gets a lot of minutes early in the basketball games. Result.
Hall again on the take, and Hall puts it home. Finished 7-11, went to the NIT. This year picked to finish 11th, new 16-team Big 12. Ivy Curry shut off. Coleman with 5. And Coleman floats it in. But Coleman's given them valuable minutes.
Yeah, I asked Coach Dawkins about that. And there he goes again. Inside one more time. There's good nights. Hall. He is doing some damage, just wrecking havoc in that black painted area. But I asked Coach Dawkins about Sellers, and he said, I'm going to start him. He said, no, I think I got the chemistry of the war. I got it right now. Team's rolling. Let's bring him back slowly.
Ball doubled, has to give it up. Sellers, the quick pass. Coleman knocks down the triple. What a start for UCF on the road here. Hawkins thought about the 3. Instead, feed Toppin down low. Working against Coleman. The kick. And the 3 by Kevin Overton. Tech within a point. Tech can retake the lead here. Hawkins finds Toppin trailing, and Toppin puts Tech on top.
Well, that's just that pick and roll that Toppin sets that little mid-screen. His defender has to go with him. He just rolls right to the basket behind him. Great find. Toppin delivers. Toppin's on a hot streak.
An 8-0 run for Tech. How about Cham from 7-2? The 3-pointer for the freshman from Senegal. From McCaslin.
Look at Texas Tech doing a nice job. Toppin with the little jump hook. And then the big fella stepping out behind the arc, showing his range.
Johnson the drive against Hawkins, and Johnson all the way to the cup. And Hawkins at 5'11", always the smallest player on the court. He got up there. Johnson swatted by Toppin. Loose ball and a foul.
Suddenly their offense seems to be stuck in mud.
Johnson the kick, Sellers the sidestep, and the triple. Jalen Sellers hit from just 30% from 3 last year. He's much better than that. Man, he can give UCF some life offensively.
How about that? Guy who's been out all season long comes in here, pressure-packed moment on the road, and delivers a big 3.
Toppin the lefty, using his dominant hand against Yotsus.
Yeah, you got to take away something that the big fella likes. He loves that right shoulder turn to that left hand, and right back the other way for the bucket off glass.
So a 2-point game. 9 to play first half. You see more Big 12 action on the way today as Yotsus with the jam. Yes, BYU, Arizona State on ESPN2 coming up at 3 Central. Yotsus playing a big role right now with Cham on the bench with 2 personals.
Yeah, but Hall is having a game. He's boom-fed his big man down there with that penetration along the baseline.
Overton up top. Oh, Federico couldn't flush it this time. Got it back, and he still puts it in.
He wasn't going to be denied twice, and that was a nice play. Sometimes players have a tendency to hang their head after a missed shot that they should have hit. He stayed right with it, got it back the second time, and delivered for his team. Back to a 2-point game.
Hall lines up a three over Federico. Keyshawn Hall with 9 points for the Knights.
Yeah, he is playing. Like, he went down baseline, drove that ball down there. Next time defense wants to give him an extra half a step of cushion, and he says, oh, okay, you want to leave me open behind three? I'm going to make you pay.
Anderson is trying to locate Federico. Finally does. Oh, and Federico has another bucket. Sellers stopped the dribble and finds Hall. 10 to shoot against Darian Williams. Fun matchup here. And Hall off the spin puts it in. First man in double figures today.
Hey, you can't play better defense right there than Hall was getting, but sometimes you just got to pat a guy in the backside and say, hey, your offense was better than my defense.
Oh, Federico fumbled it. And Sellers clear the runway.
You want to disrupt the offense, you get a takeaway. And Sellers, he is lickety.
He deserves the second chance. The Mikey Williams I know, different person. And here he is with UCF. Toppin off the window for Texas Tech. Hall has 11. And now Hall has 14. Another triple for Keyshawn Hall.
Man on fire, 2 for 2 from behind the arc, as you said, his second triple of the game. And they're just giving him too much of a cushion. He's been driving it down their throat. They're giving him too much of a cushion, and he's knocking down the triple.
Toppin's got 11 to lead Tech in his return from injury. Backing down Coleman. Way too much on it. Federico on the weak side.
Oh, Fetty. These two bigs working well on that glass today. I love that right there. Toppin, now that's not his strong shoulder. They made him go back to his weak hand. They took away his little lefty when he wanted to get to. But you got to put a body on Fetty on that weak side glass.
Feed Hall again. Oh, still good.
Toppin can't believe it. He says, I'm in the guy's face. And he knocked it right down.
Back into the hands of Keyshawn Hall, who's got 17. Toppin on it. Johnson the drive. And Johnson forces it in.
Wow.
7 on the timer for Hawkins. Against the bigger Williams. Got around him. And Hawkins uses the left to score. Millen only 2 points in the first half. Toppin big in his return. Off the mark. Hall the rebound.
Great box out by Hall. There's Knights running.
Sellers, awkward angle. Toppin got it. Loose ball now. Well, Darian Williams didn't have a good first half. He was in foul trouble. 2 points on 1 of 7. And Williams gliding to the bucket for 2 right on cue.
Yeah, he said, I hear you over there, Ted. I'm going to show you I can take this thing to the rack.
Taking it to rack at the other end, Jordan Ivy Curry, and the tip-up try is good for Mustafa Cham. Cham against Toppin. Now Hall from the outside, a swish, and the 4th 3 of the game for Keyshawn Hall, who's got 20. Missed the free throw. Cham remains out there with the 3 personals. So Johnny Dawkins letting him play through it at the moment. Ivy Curry hits the turnaround, his first made bucket.
Oh, back-to-back, really bad 3-point shots.
And he's a good 3-point shooter, too. Johnson off balance. Cham, yes, and 1.
Thing up for his partner over here. Look at the way he sends the
UCF up by 11. It's their biggest lead on the road here in Lubbock. Mustafa Cham, the 7'2" freshman, knocks in his second 3 of the game. By the way, Cham playing through the 3 personal fouls as well. Johnson on the attack.
Johnson, one of the smaller guys on the floor.
Hall has not missed. The fall away over Toppin. He is still perfect. 9 for 9 and 22 points. Now Toppin hit a 3 in the first half. Now Johnson. Oh, a rainbow triple for Darius Johnson. Lead today.
Yeah, I love this. Look, here's a little handoff, and I'm just going to set a big screen.
Anderson downhill. Cut off by Yotsus. Toppin. And Toppin muscles it in. That's where Texas Tech has to go right now.
They have targeted their 2 players that they wanted to try to take out of this basketball game, making somebody else beat them, and nobody else has stepped up.
Sellers got Federico off his feet, and he buries the jumper.
Oh, I love the hair. I love the head and shoulder fake. You get the guy up off the feet. You take one dribble to your strong hand, pull up at the free throw line. Sellers is a player.
You love the hair. Are you jealous?
Jealous. Oh, big time jealousy.
McMillan, there it is. His first made field goal.
Yeah, look at Sellers. They list him on the program at about 6'2", but with all that hair, intense and ready to perform, but they're just not getting it done. They cannot stop the Knights.
Tech was a huge favorite coming in. McMillan rolls to the basket, counted in the foul.
Player, Chance McMillan, who Chum knows is one of the top three-point shooters in the country.
Johnson, deflected and stolen by Williams. Hawkins, back to McMillan! Texas Tech on the comeback trail.
Find your partner, a little give, and I go to the rack, and you throw it up, and let me throw it down.
Trying to cut that deficit some more. Into JT Toppin, back on the floor for the first time in 30-plus days. Toppin with another bucket. He's got 17.
That's my first time in Lubbock. I'm loving it.
Great atmosphere to start Big 12 play. Williams gets the turnaround to fall.
Problems that he has had tonight is the 3 missed free throws.
It's 1 for 4 now. Johnson got the step on Overton, and he finishes.
How fast is Johnson down that right lane line?
Hall. Benny Williams topping the late closeout, and Williams puts it in. Chum is back on the floor for UCF, playing with the 4 personals. 5 on the timer for Johnson. He launches. Oh, and he makes it rain. Massive shot by Darius Johnson.
Darius Johnson with a big-time triple off the left wing. Coach Dawkins is down in his defensive stance, imploring his team to get a stop.
Williams down low, 2 for Tech.
Not his shot, not for the time, right? Like in Johnny Dawkins giving him the double.
Well, UCF was signaling like they wanted a review. Doesn't come. McMillan drills the triple. His first 3. The second best three-point shooter in America. Finally, from downtown.
Well, you miss a layup, and you go outside behind the arc and stroke a 3, and we got ourselves a 4-point game.
Johnson, stopped by Overton. He forces it up, and it goes in. Backing it out with 7. McMillan on the attack again, almost lost his balance. Toppin the offensive board. That doesn't drop. Got it back. JT Toppin sticking with it.
JT Toppin is the beast. He's flexing his muscles. 2 offensive rebounds. We got ourselves a 1-possession game.
Hall on the drive, met by Toppin, swatted by Darian Williams out of bounds with 6 to shoot.
Can hardly see the action. Great offense, taking the ball to the basket. Great help side defense.
Williams hasn't shot it well against Hall. Toppin on the other side. It's a 1-point game. A double-double for Toppin. Got to put it in here. Overton, the 3, no, and now the game's over. Well, UCF had to sweat it out down the stretch.